You had a good sleep schedule at least?
No, because I've been playing Metaphor Repentance.
Oh, God.
I was also up till 3 a.m. last night.
What the fuck?
playing
Oh, my
Metaphor.
God.
So we're all very tired for completely different reasons.
Joey, you turned 30. This is when you meant to like. I need to like take aware, be aware. Of
Yeah,
that.
you're telling me. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes, I will. I will be the responsible 30-year-old and have a decent to good sleep schedule. And then Atlus was like, hold up. You want to stay up for this? And I was like, yes, I'm sat. I'm listening. Because it's so fucking... I'm already 40 hours in.
Holy shit! I'm only
The game came out 4 days ago.
I'm 3 hours in.
Dude, I just can't stop. It's so good.
How's it compared to Persona?
Because like, look, I knew it was going to be good, obviously, because it's Atlus and it's same series director, same character designer, same composer.
So it's just a kind of a medieval Persona?
It's medieval
It's
Persona.
fantasy Persona,
It's
basically.
fantasy Persona.
But I don't know what it is. I thought Atlus couldn't cook anymore after Persona 5, Persona 5 and Persona 3 Reload. I was like, damn, they're just like, it's peak. This is peak JRPG. And then they were like, we got one more in us. And they just pulled out one of the best JRPGs I've played in a very, very long time. I would dare say better than Persona.
There's a lot of racism in that.
A lot of racism.
First 2-3 hours was like, wow, our country is really racist.
Yeah.
And also, what was really funny is that they have this.
You have to explain.
They have this fantasy book.
That's gonna get taken out of context.
They have this fantasy book in this like fantasy world, and the fantasy in this world is like our real world. So it shows like a picture, and it's like
buildings and
like real life building. It's like the modern metropolis, and they're all like, yes, in this fantasy world, racism doesn't exist and everyone gets along, and there are no wars being waged. And I was just like, is this a metaphor?
It's like,
is this the name of the game? Is this what are you trying to say here?
Yeah,
I don't want
So
to
am I playing in the racist world or the non-racist world?
the racist world.
Yeah, you're playing the racist world.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of fantasy worlds where it's like there's different races of the species of humans and like anthropomorphs and like all that kind of stuff. And there's obviously like very much like you're that species, you're worse than I am, or like I'm better than you are. And there's like a clear like racist intention.
So is that like what? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of the non-racist world in this context?
So
to give them something to strive towards.
Yeah.
Which is our world.
Yeah.
Oh, so the goal is trying not to be racist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in
and
there,
how many hours is this game?
I think it's estimated to be. It's over 100 hours. I've heard. So it's like a Persona game. I'm 40. Like, say I don't want to say too much because throughout the game, obviously, because you're only 3 hours in, right?
Yeah.
So you've only gotten like the baseline.
I just vibe checked it.
Yeah. I'm 40 hours in, and they've definitely kind of explained a lot more of what's going on.
Okay.
And obviously, I don't want to say it because it's good to go into this blind. But there's like, it's not just like, oh, we're a racist world. Let's strive to not be a racist world. It's not that simple.
I'm sure there's some people who argue we would like to still be racist.
I mean, yes, in this fantasy world,
there are some of those people around.
in this fantasy world, there is like an organized like religious like group that is like, oh no, we would like to keep it the way it is. Thank you very much, because we are on top, and these peasants don't deserve to be where we are.
Makes you think, huh?
Although I did find it really funny when they're like showing this like in the fantasy book, which is like the real world, and they're like, in this world, racism doesn't exist and everybody works on a democracy. And I'm just like, yeah, about that. It's not quite like
Maybe
that.
it's better to keep it as a fantasy.
Maybe in Japan, but even then, it's like not too sure about that. But I get what they're going for. But obviously. But
So
yeah, there's just so many. Oh, dude, there's so many like quality of life things that they've improved upon from like the Persona game. I think that has just made it a lot more interesting.
Less visual novel.
No, it's still that. I mean, the game opens up with like a 45-minute cutscene. So
I mean, that's fine. Do you have to like date people and schmooze them?
no,
Actually, there's no romance in this one.
there's no
That's
romance.
good.
Yeah,
But
good.
you,
Just a waste of time.
But you still can like befriend people.
Yeah.
So by befriending them, you
by
get out your
basically
social links.
by befriending them, you unlock different classes that you can use to then switch your characters around.
yeah.
So the concept is really cool, and like visually speaking, I don't know how they keep cooking, but it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen.
I mean, I'm just going to count this as Persona 6.
It is.
It basically is.
It is, yeah.
You know.
It's what I saw a Donkey's video on it this morning, and, and I think he said like it's like they combined Persona with Persona. It's like shit, he's right. But yeah, very good.
What do you think of the music in it?
Oh, it's so good. I mean, Meguro Shoji is like the GOAT when it comes to like video game composers, and like it's not like the kind of jazzy style that they had in like the past Persona games. It's like very much like fantasy, but also,
as Kevin would say, it's biblical.
Oh, it is biblical.
Yeah,
yeah. It's
bro, that battle music where that guy drops bars in Latin or whatever.
And I'm just like, let's go.
I gotta hear this.
It's so sick. The battle music for this is so sick. But yeah, I don't know. Just like, I think again, like one thing I also really appreciated is that like it's like not as easy as Persona, I would say. Because like Persona, especially when you compare it to like Shin Megami Tensei, like Shin Megami Tensei was very like grind intensive, where it's like if you don't grind and if you don't strategize going into a battle, then you just get completely like one-shotted. Whereas like Persona is a little more lenient on that, where it's like even when you're playing in normal difficulty, if you make a little bit of a mistake, you can still kind of recover and learn from it within the same battle without dying.
Yeah.
Whereas Metaphor ReFantazio, at least from my experience, is like kind of in between. So it's not as grindy and difficult as Shin Megami Tensei, but also like I'm at a point now where I need to start grinding a little bit, because otherwise I'm going into these battles, I'm getting just fucking one-shotted.
Are you playing normal mode?
I'm playing normal mode, yeah.
Okay.
Even in normal mode, I'm like, damn, these battles are actually really fucking tough.
Right,
and you really have to strategize being like, what combination of classes you need to go with, because different combination of classes, you can unlock extra skills that you can use together. And some of those skills are like a make or break for some battles. It's like if you don't have a particular set of classes, you just cannot beat a boss.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I enjoy it. Yeah. So that's been consuming my life.
Oh, well, good luck.
And will probably continue to consume my life until I finish it.
Well, I'm surprised you already put 40 hours in, considering it's only like 4 days old.
I know.
And
I've been playing like, the day it came out, I think I played for like 15 hours.
Oh my God.
I literally woke up. I downloaded it the night before. I woke up, played it until night.
Bro.
So good.
Bro's an addict. He doesn't know.
Should have streamed it, Joey. Should have streamed it.
No, dude, no. You know, more than anything, those games just don't do well on stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it.
Here's how you can get passive income. Just play video games, but turn on the camera.
But turn on the camera.
Turn on the camera.
Yeah. Never interact with chat.
That's basically what I've been doing lately with this stupid factory game. I'm fucking addicted to.
Oh, yeah.
What's this factory game?
Satisfactory.
All right.
You just...
Every time I see Connor, he's like, I gotta play it.
I went on Twitch one afternoon and I saw you were playing with Mouse, and I was just watching you. You guys were just so locked in. Like it didn't even look like you were playing a game. It looked like you were doing like a job.
I was. Like it's so bad that I have to like remind myself. I'm like, I haven't blinked in like 10 minutes. I gotta blink.
Like, why are my eyes so sore?
Yeah, because I'll feel the burning, and I'm like, "Fuck!" I gotta fucking blink.
Yeah,
and it's so I thought I was getting myself into a fun little hee ha ha crafting game.
Yeah,
it's turned into so much more than that.
An addiction.
It's terrible. You ever seen Factorio? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
First person and fancy. It's ruining my life totally. I can't do anything else. All I think about is just stupid fact. I'm literally working like a 9 to 5 after I do the easiest 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I get recommended YouTube videos now, because obviously I do. I've fallen that deep.
Yeah.
And every recommendation is either from a German dude or a guy who is 60 years old.
60.
And he's like, he's called like, I don't know. I think he's called like Gaming with Doc or something.
Right.
Presumably he's a doctor. I don't know. But he's like, so I'm just listening to like 50-year-old men tell me how to optimize my factory floor. And I'm like, shit, that is right. That's smart. That's smart.
It's like, damn, didn't think about it like that.
I've never thought I would have fun balancing loads. So that's, because if you mine ore, you need to make sure every machine gets the required amount for it. But now I've just unlocked particle accelerators and antimatter.
Ooh.
So now
you're going into the fun stuff.
So I went from like stone to now I'm like, I've just finished building a nuclear power plant.
Smashing the atom.
Yeah. I building a nuclear power plant took so long. So long.
Is it as easy as you said the other day?
It's hard, man. You have to.
Yeah, no shit.
Turns out it's really fucking hard.
That's why we gave you shit for it.
Yeah. Even in the like easy thing, even in the easy game, it's hard.
Yeah.
You have to enrich uranium.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Wow. Who would have thought that would be like a difficult thing to do?
Oh my God. It's so annoying. It's the worst. Imagine going home being like, what a fun day.
Yeah.
Time to clock in.
I mean, I feel like we're all clocking in different things, right?
There must be someone out there who's like a factory worker in real life. And he's like, man, I can't wait to get home and play Satisfactory and build another factory.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I built like a train station that ships cargo in, and then like it's fun because you can ride it and you're like, this is sick. This is so sick. And then I just built like a drone port. It'll ship stuff via drones, and I'm like, this is getting excessive. Like,
You're becoming the Amazon now.
Yeah, I am like just destroying this planet. Hopefully for fun. We'll find out.
Yeah, and I always know Connor's actually locked into a game when I see him log on to like Steam, and I'm like, oh, Connor must be streaming. I go into Twitch, and he was like, oh,
streaming.
Connor's not streaming.
Yeah.
He's been on this game for 3 hours,
Yeah,
and he's not monetizing it.
It's so bad because like I literally anytime I get like an hour free, I'll just go in and just fix something because stuff always breaks as well. Because maybe you made the perfect amount of like, let's say a steel factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then later on, you forgot about how your steel factory worked. You're like, well, actually, I need more steel. I've got too much coming from this one factory, so I'll just route some of it. Suddenly now you didn't do the maths correctly because it tells you all the math. So it'll tell you like this thing is making 30, this thing's making 40. Maybe you took too much. And you're like, okay, shit, I guess I got to go back to the factory now. But you've already placed all the shit down. So now you're kind of like doing that awkward thing where you're trying to like fix stuff that you only left X amount of room for, and you're like squishing things in and making it all fucked.
Yeah, right.
And then you're like,
engineering.
Yeah, and then I couldn't even. And then this is one factory I have, and it's driving me insane because I can't fix it, and I just have to redo the whole thing, and I don't want to do that. It's gonna take too long. It would take like 2 hours to redo the whole thing. And I don't want to.
Programmers are like first time.
Yeah, right. I've had to do it so many times that it mentally exhausts me every time I have to do it.
Yeah.
And the thought of having to redo another factory, I'm like, I can't.
Just listening to you like say all of that just like brings me back to like my web coding days, and I'm just like, that's just trauma.
It's kind of coding or lightly because you're like, machine one will make like very baby coding.
Yeah.
Like 30. This will make 40. Yeah. This thing needs 30 of this, 40 of that. So you need to like you have to like figure out how many of each machine you need to optimize.
I was learning about the pains of legacy, of legacy stuff, which every company has to deal with.
Except normally, I guess you'd be fixing someone else's code. Except in this case, I'm fixing my own fucking problems. And my legacy of 2 hours ago, where I fucked it up.
Legacy of me fucking up.
Legacy of me fucking myself. That's what I'm fixing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. But I'm nearly done.
Yeah.
I'm on the final phase. I have to just make a bunch of space shit, and then I'm done.
All right.
And then I'm going to make a 4-hour YouTube video that is going to be all narration because most of this footage is just me being like
locking in.
Yeah, I realized that I wanted to. Initially, I was going to record a little bit and then give it to Mudan.
Yeah.
Like 10, 15 hours worth, which is still a lot. And then I was like, I think I should just beat the fucking game because I want to beat the game because I'm addicted.
Yeah.
And I think it'll make a better video.
Yeah.
Mudan's going to kill me when he sees how much files there are.
And it's not even like usable footage either.
A lot of it's not. But I think the one benefit is that I don't know if Mudan will feel the same, but like I could see what I'm building in the footage. I'd be like, you can skip 2 hours ahead until I'm done. I'll say 5 seconds in voiceover what I did.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to show this. I think it'll very, very quickly be chopped down into like, and then I built this, and then I built this. By the way, that was 9 hours of work in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
goddamn.
Yeah.